Hello, let's talk. I've shared a lot of videos on here about a lot of things that I go through, things people can associate with. Most people can, most people can't. Uh, but everybody, one thing we do know, we do live a life. We do exist. We are who we are. A lot of people construe a lot of things, and some people don't. But the thing is, this is that when it comes to being in proprietorship, ownership, entrepreneur, when you invest, you're investing in yourself. So for you to take on anybody else along in their dreams to help them succeed, it's always a slight challenge, okay? Because you have to make sure that that person believes in themselves and what they're saying that they're capable of doing for as, working and so forth, no matter what the job entails. Now, I have not had any disappointments in anybody to a certain extent. Some people that I really did not want to hire. Um, some people need a chance, and some people that never deserve a chance. Some people are very ungrateful, and was just thinking about the music part of it, not realizing the whole entirety of its thing. Meaning that there is no way you can be employed by someone and be disrespectful. It doesn't work like that. It never has. The same way when you go to work every day, no matter what your job is, you expect your boss to respect you, and in turn, that your boss wants respect back. Now we have some people here, maybe small business owners or even in managerial positions, managers and assistant managers. And some people never go through a thing with those other people whom that they're leading, okay? Due to the fact of respect for one another. Now, I respect my employees to the fullest. It's just the fact that I have too many employees. A lot of things got out of hand, out of control. Now, when I first created Chick-fil-A, I was actually, this was in the 80s. And when I first started off with the chicken strips and so forth like that, the chicken sandwiches and everything. And I was actually getting rid of Church's chicken. Okay. At that time, I had Master P. When it called itself Percy Miller. When it called itself Percy Miller, I had him running my Church's chicken in East St. Louis, Illinois. And until, well, you know what? He left. He went back to school. He started rapping. He started getting a little boldful, in which I was, I never hate on anyone, as they would say. I'm a congratulator. I love to see people doing great and can stand their own ground, But when he stood his own ground, he kind of took a part of what belonged to me with him. Um, but he came back and he had made up for what he had did. But still, not me, him not friends or anything like that of another. Um, having dealt with him in such a long time. But actually, come to find out when he finally told me why he was mad, because he said he really wasn't trying to work in Church's Chicken and do all this, and then he actually was doing, trying to see what he could do in basketball, because he knew that I knew I was helping a lot of people with basketball and so forth. Guys who went out to the United States Olympics basketball team, and I did a lot of things to point people in the right direction. Gave them great advice, and that entailed all the way to the NBA now, 2019. A lot of players are gone now. They've been gone, drifting out because everybody's getting older. But that's what it had basically had encountered. Now, a lot of people have been wondering why I had left the area that I was in Illinois, and it was a lot of investigations going on. It's surrounding the death of my son, my infant son, Denarius LaShawn Williams. He was a baby. He got kidnapped and he got killed. Um, so that's what basically what it had been surrounding, and they were trying to straighten things out. 1-800 the loss, and it was just a lot of things and a lot of people who had no knowledge of what was going on and became involved in something uh, because they were lied to a certain extent, meaning that they took a side of someone whom they did not know the whole story. They thought that there were some other kids that was going around saying that they were my son, Denarius LaShawn Williams, and they were not my sons. Okay. When 1-800 The Lost had put his pictures up in Walmart, um, kind of startled me a little bit because I knew we had already went to court a little, about all this stuff, and we were just in the process of prosecution stages, and still in all, I didn't appreciate those games being played with my heart and my feelings, Not saying the government itself, the 1-800 The Lost was playing games with me. It was other people who was trying to say the other kids was mine, and then my heart was already heavy, and it just really was. It was tearing me up. It really was. I was scarred, but I have a permanent scar from that. One that it healed, but it's a scar that I'll never forget. I will never forget it. Um, and to all the people out there, uh, I thank you all so much. The people who was looking out, trying to figure out what was going on. Um, it was by my son got kidnapped by some individuals whom I knew. Some I still right now to this day don't even know their real names, or if that's their real names. I have a lot of people on my labels and that whom um, I care not to even know their real names. I'll put it like that. I don't search out for all of that. Okay. When they come to me, they tell me what their stage name is. They tell me this, they tell me that. I listen to their music. I say, hey, this sounds good with this. Hey, I got this song for you. And I let my other people do the paperwork. Okay? We discuss monies. We discuss what type of contract they want to have and so forth like that. And that's how it goes with me. Okay? Then I have, my other paperwork that's already drawn up for them to sign, and if they agree with the terms and conditions and everything like that, there it goes. A artist or a star in the making right then and there. Okay, that's why a lot of people be telling you, do not send in any of your original music. Please do not do that. Do not send in any of your original music. Okay, that might be something you could put on your album or something like that, or one of your hit singles that could be coming out. Okay, a lot of changes have been made about how music is done. You have a lot of people. You'll be like, man, how that person get famous and they ain't even have a whole album. All they had was a one hit single and didn't hear from them no more. Like that man. It's numerous people that has done that, and it's like that sometimes because it's just like that. Some people know what music they can do. They know how far they can stretch themselves, and they know their limits and their limitations. Now, I myself, like I said, I'm very appreciative of everybody who is employed by me, but there is a lot of things that are downsizing. I own a lot of things. I have a lot of assets, and people be looking like, oh, she own this, oh, she own that, and it's not all about that. You wonder why I'm in the dark. Well, you know what? Sometimes being in the dark is not so bad. You get a piece of realm, you get a piece of the calmness, solitude, and that's where I'm at now. I'm at a piece of serene. But I'm gonna end this now. I've been on here for quite a minute now, and I'll talk to you all later. It's going on almost 10 minutes. But like I said, I appreciate you all patronizing with me, patronizing with my artists, patronizing in my stores, restaurants, whatever it may be that you deal with me in any type of walk of life. Especially if y'all that deal with me on the underwear level, Victoria's Secret Hanes underwear, my line for larger women. Like I said, I think about everybody, and, in everything that I create, from the men to just to the company king, king size for the tall and big men, and it's just one thing of it's another, but it's all about us. We all have to work together. We all have to live in this world together. Regardless, we have to deal with each other. That's a different story. But this world, we all have to live in it. Until then, I'll talk to you all later. Goodbye.